let's talk about this. You wanna,
I want to know which one.
and you also wanna, you ask the question of when were they the caregivers or the caretakers? Well, realistically,
They weren't.
once they got divorced, that man, right? If we're going with the narrative, women weren't working at that point, right? Women were not allowed to work at that time. Okay, we're talking about the late 1800s now. We're far back now. We play a major role based on results. So, but my thing is this is where the war starts, right? The war starts when there wants to be a neglect or a downplay on the role of the man, especially when it comes to a child, right? So when we say, hey, listen, statistically, data or the history,
Data,
whatever, the history of fathers being present in that child's life with or without the mother, the biological mother, the kid has that kid has a better probability in going further. This is just what?
I just want to know what study it is.
Here's one study. And what we know is children thrive better in a two-parent household.
Okay, but we're not talking about we're talking about the war here.
I think even
now, no, we
my
can
God.
attest to that now. Like even right now, think of what's going on now. All the kids with the guns, all the young boys, they all under 18. 9 times out of 10, they don't got their dad in their life. All the dudes that come on my show, the young rappers, I never had my dad. I don't know what my dad is. I never really worried about it. Y'all out here drilling. Y'all out here telling other kids to drill. They not guided. And I watch other mothers with their kids. Y'all don't know how to say no. You don't know how to sit that ass down. Like, it's a lot of things that y'all don't do that a man would do.
I don't disagree
So I
with
feel
you.
like a lot of times that's the reason why they so off the leash now.
But I feel
like we've
what I'm
seen it
just trying to-
firsthand
That's a
how
symptom, and not like
right.
like that's merely. And I agree with you, and I'm not
It's
disagreeing.
not the solution.
With the stat,
uh-huh.
but that's a symptom of a bigger problem, because the women are raising their children alone, not because they chose to.
Right.
And some of them. Wait, hold on. Time out. Time the
I was
fuck
about to
out.
say, I was really about to get
No,
Some of them have.
y'all, let's
No,
not make
even
let's,
that though.
let's not
not
make
even on that side.
let's
What?
not make exceptions into rules. Let us
Right.
not make exceptions into rules. Yes, there's some.
Yeah, no
Uh-huh.
woman.
But
wants
but
to
but at the
struggle
end of the
with a
day,
child.
no one is saying it. I can't imagine.
Choosing to struggle with a child by
Yeah.
themselves.
So do y'all think that fathers are not in kids' life just because they out here just
For
partying?
no reason.
Yeah, like they just was like,
I just don't want to be here.
I'm
No,
out.
I don't know. I'm
I'm
saying,
out.
let's just say we don't know why. But you know what we do know? That they're not there.
Yeah, the reason.
But
is
a lot of
because-
those reasons are like governmental system reasons.
cannot-
though.
first of all,
you got a lot of people that's incarcerated. So many dudes that's fathers are incarcerated. It's real, but
I don't disagree.
so much of this is just truly a plan. So much of this is already just something that was written down, implemented, and is working. Do y'all think we're made? Was it like a choice like, oh, I want to sell this coke so I can buy these
We
rims?
all- it doesn't
Or
matter.
was
We
it to
all have
provide
that
for your
choice.
family?
But
Yeah,
that's
there
a
is
choice that a
choices.
man makes.
See,
You
and I
wanna
think
hear a
this-
funny-
And I think this is a problem too. So, all right. So a lot of the women worst thing is like women, cool, y'all doing your thing and y'all winning. And I think this is what Rico was saying. Whereas though now it's this thing where men are being down talked. Like we worthless. We
I
don't
don't-
hold up our
I
peace.
don't. Nobody. I
Not
don't
saying
believe
y'all
that.
feel that way, but I'm saying that's where I feel like the war coming at. Like I was watching some girl and she in her car and she was talking about women. They did a study saying that women, black women, Latino women are now making XYZ, and the black man makes average $38,000 a year.
That's
And
just
she was like, and I'm
nonsensical.
about to buy these
Yeah, I don't think that's
$300
true.
That's
ball
stupid.
main slippers. And y'all out here only that you
Why?
had
She
to work
makes
3
two-
days to
what?
get this.
'Cause she
So
makes
it's just like that's
$2,000
what's
more?
going on though.
But here's the thing. This is what happens, right? Women try to separate from other women, right? And it's like that's the women that y'all trying to separate from is the problem. You're trying to say, oh, I don't think it's sensical. You're right, but you know how many millions of them that are out there? Do you know how many
Millions or what?
of those type of women that are out there? Do you know how many millions of those type of women are procreating? And then you're saying it's on a man to not deal with her, to try to deal with her. You know how many women that use kids as pawns? My biggest my opinion is this: the war has been started since men ruled women. Now men have been relinquishing powers to women. right? Over the last 200
Wait,
years.
relinquishing means like you're doing it.
Like you're giving it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving it up.
No.
Yeah.
Relinquishing means like it has a connotation of like you're doing it
By choice.
Out of pity.
by choice, like without
Yeah.
obligation.
They don't have to. Listen, I think women need to understand this. If men truly wanted to run this world, they would have never gave anything out. The only reason why they did give it out is because they were actually like, you know what? We're wrong. So, for us acknowledging that we're wrong, here's this. Okay, cool. Then you go ahead and say, all right, now we work. Boom. Now let's fight for votes, voting rights. Boom. So now you got this. Men have been relinquishing power for the last 200 years in America and probably all over the world. Actually, not even, because in some cultures, it's still the same way.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, Middle Eastern places do not play that. So now we've been relinquishing power. Boom. Okay, you have the same rights. You have the same rights. You have the same ability to do all. They did not have to give you nothing. But hold on. So now they did, and the problem is this, and I understand it, but it's not justifiable. The problem is this: women are now at the point where it's like we finally got all the freedom, all the rights, and all the abilities to maximize our potential. But the problem is they're going crazy with their power, and while they're going crazy with their power, it's all out of balance.
And we talked about this before, and I told you, I said at the end of the day, think about niggas with new money. You gonna ball out because you don't know what to do with it yet. You don't know about financial responsibility. You've never had it. You don't know how to use it. You don't know how to allow it to make more money for you. You're just out here living with it because you don't have the knowledge and the life experiences to show you and teach you otherwise. Same thing with women, and I've said this before so many times. Yeah, people wilding, but you got to give us some fucking grace.
It's a little different though, but
How?
But because if you saying women is acting crazy because we never had power before, so now you're out here balling out of control, that's a personal choice. It's like, yeah, it's new money to you, but when it come down to trying to beat the system, it's
about
things in
choice.
place that's bigger than you. You choosing to
everything
ball
is
out,
still
act crazy.
systemic.
But here's my
It
thing.
ain't that system. Yeah, I mean, because all this stem from that.
What you
It
just
comes
said?
from the black family prospering. So even all this right now with women coming out on top, it's all by design. At the end of the day, once again, this whole war, this sex wars,
Gender war.
man
Gender,
against
sex
women
wars.
thing, it's all the whole thing of keeping us separated. Now it's man against woman.
Right.
Now we can't be a team because you so worried about making sure you exert your dominance and make
It's not a
sure
black
I don't
thing.
think that you
It's
weak.
definitely a
No, I'm
minority
just saying,
thing.
Now I'm saying
no, it's across the board.
No,
Age,
it comes
race.
across the board in some manner because there
Across the board.
still are some races that where women understand their position
crazy.
and they play the nurturer
Why
to the
women?
kids and the husband, and that's strictly what they do. And that's the reason why when you talk about Andrew Tate and his strong stance because of the way he was raised, his mother took care of him and his dad was the worker and
I
getting the
heard-
bacon and all. Right. So it's like
Well,
you can't blame a man for he grew up in that and he understands how that's supposed to work.
Yeah,
so that's what he
prospered
think the
and
world should
enjoyed it.
be.
That's great. Look, I don't
Many
I don't have
prospered with
anything-
that. Like,
I don't have any problems with Andrew Tate and his ideology. That's his business, right? And my issue is that both parties get on this defense mode. Like you get your back brought up rather than sitting and really listening to each other, right? It's like, no, do as I say, do as I say, do as I say. And it's like, no, wait, you have to listen to me and let me listen to you.
Right.
And that's the problem because everybody's so fixated on doing what I want you to do. And it's not working. It's not working.
It's
and I don't
never
know
gonna
when
work like
we're
that.
going to realize it's not working.